Yes people, what is happening? I am BA, back once again with another reaction to the Sifu video game. This is episode 3 and it is called The Museum.
It was foolish of you to come here.
I'm not letting that guy finish his speech. How dare you produce a little blade and then try and have a villain speech toward me. Get slid tackled.
Come on.
Again, it's keeping the theme of every level being so different from the last right now. I mean, look at this place. We're going right to the top of there, by the way. But yeah, just compared to the last two levels, again, so unique and stands out so much. I wonder how long they spent designing just this level. There's a guy round this corner who sneak attacks you. Like, the camera doesn't usually rotate like that. I over-rotate the camera so I can see the guy, but when you first play it, he always whacks you in the back of the head with a bat. Okay, see what I did just there? I now love the machete because I realised that if you hold in a button and then release it after a few seconds, it's a one-hit kill move. So you leave the machete in their stomach but you instantly kill them. And it's so useful for more powerful enemies. I'm literally like getting better at this game as I play through it for the channel, by the way, so you'll probably see a difference in the way I fight between this video and even the first one I posted, but I kick a lot more weapons at people. If they're underneath my feet, I'll always use a weapon kick if I can. Say goodbye to your head, mate. Now this room has loads of light bulbs filled with paint dangling from the center here. So these two guys are usually really hard, but because I can just throw light bulbs at them, it becomes quite an easy room to navigate. No art gallery, by the way, would ever get away with an exhibit like this, which can genuinely injure you and there is no safety rails. They would be shut down due to lawsuits within a day, especially if based in America. I'd just like to personally apologise to the families of those guys. I was expecting the rotating death spear room to have more challenging enemies.
Come on.
I don't often taunt, but when I do, I'll make sure I've got a good gap between me and my attacker. The fluency of the animations in this game are exceptional. I imagine it's like fairly easy to code a beat 'em up, but to then code it to be smooth and fluent and shit is a whole different level. The fact that this little company who made Sifu has done it better than almost every major company ever is quite telling of where the fucking game industry's at. Because you could watch this game and then watch gameplay from Assassin's Creed and you'd think, yeah, it kind of looks similar, you know, you're countering and hitting back and shit, but it is nothing like it. Like, it is so night and day as to how it feels to play it. Assassin's Creed feels incredibly boring and repetitive, and Sifu, literally when you get it right, feels like you are an absolute master taking out these peons who are just not as skilled fighters as you. I've never once had that feeling playing an Assassin's Creed game. The Batman Arkham games as well, they have this similar fighting system, you know, counter-based, multiple attackers, a lot of unarmed combat, but yeah, again, just night and day. Sorry, I had to concentrate for a second there, I almost got killed. That can be a tough room, that last room.
Nobody outruns their past.
This guy is like a mini-boss, but yeah, I tried the one-hit machete thing with everyone, and it works with everyone except the big bosses. So that guy's dying in one hit now. That used to be quite the fight in that room. That sculpture there with the woman in the red dress with half a face was crazy. And we have just made it up these 3 floors. So this stuff, if you follow this yellow line on the ground till you see the arrow pointing, it forms a picture which you can then literally warp space and time with and run across the thin air and reach a secret sort of place.
It would cleanse us both physically and spiritually.
Water has the power to finally set us free. It represents birth and the cleansing.
You expect with a small game for like an extra element like rain to not be done that well because, you know, they're a small company having to work on many things like fighting mechanics to make it an actual good fighting game. Why would they go all out with the production design on the places they have in the game? But they really did. I don't know how many choices they had for levels and shit and how they whittled it down to pick the final ones, but whoever was making those decisions made the right choices all round. Every single level, basically, is memorable. And fucking difficult.
But like the darkness itself, we must first embrace it, or the shadows of the past consume us whole.
Targeting the isolated one. She went away from the pack. Got to single these guys out. You do not want surrounded by 2 of these capoeira women. They will spin kick high and low. So hard to dodge them. And I'm going to play a little bit cautiously here because I am 1 hit away from death. Alright, it's just me and the sumo guy now. Again, this 1 hit works with these big guys. Boom. Saves so much time. I can't believe I did not know the machete does that. In one of my previous playthroughs, I said the machete is my least favourite weapon. I take it back and it's pretty much overnight became my favourite weapon due to that extra move. Generally not a good idea to allow yourself to get surrounded by these guys. But we were okay. Some people would probably prefer like a 100% controllable camera throughout the entire game. But I kinda like that every now and again they go into these fixed camera angles because again it adds like something memorable and stylistic to certain portions that would otherwise just be another place to have to go through to fight people. The fact that they've sort of turned it into a side scroller for a second just adds another layer. And I don't know why they've structured it like this, but this is actually one of the easiest portions in this entire level. All these enemies throw basic combos, there's not a single varied fighting style, so these are all basically like level 1 enemies when it comes to their actual style of fighting. Easy to dodge punches and shit, low health bars. And I think it's because the game acknowledges that what you've just been through was pretty tough, and you might need a little strip of the level to just get some of your health back. That's the only way I figure they do that, because coming up right now, this guy is usually quite hard to kill.
It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water.
Our consciousness is merely the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, I was lucky that time. Usually that fight is way more difficult.
To explore the subconscious. To face the
Brace
past.
yourselves, I don't even know how good this is going to come out on the recording, because there's a lot of light and shadows going on right here. But there's a hidden woman in this room, and I know exactly where she is, so she never even got a chance to attack me, but she usually sneak attacks you. And there's a few more coming up in this little cavernous corridor. They're sneaky, you gotta be ready for them. Even in just shadows, I could tell that that was me slitting their throats. And just when you think you've been through enough, you have to fight 2 capoeira women in a weird light and dark colour shadow room before you get to the boss. As an extra fuck you from the game developers. You just need to start to learn to like block the first few shots whenever these women attack you, because if the first or second shot is a sweep, they are always doing damage. But they never throw a sweep after the first or second shot of their combo. So the sweep's only ever coming straight away or second. And we made it. Just think about the level design. We started in a fancy museum and we've spiraled into a snowy plains for this battle. So creative. I just want to say, I absolutely hate this boss. Reason being is she varies attacks high and low more frequently than anyone else in the game. You just never know if a low attack's coming or she's gonna hit you in the face again. So until there's a combination I recognise with this woman, I think blocking is the best way to go. It didn't take too much of my block bar up to block that full 4-hit combo. And if she hits you a few times, she will like follow up and potentially do a lot of damage with like a single combination, so yeah, hold and block is an advisable strategy against this woman. Probably the only fight in the game where I would say hold and block and then looking for little counter windows is an optimal strategy. And like I was saying earlier, I did try to get the Tanto, the small knife, up into this fight to one-hit kill her. And I actually managed to charge it up and get a window just as she was coming in and timed it with my first strike directly to her. And it did a slither of damage to her. So yeah, as much as I love them one-hit kills with a machete, there is no point trying it against this lady. So this pole is fine, because when you half use the pole, it breaks in half to this smaller form, what's happened just now. And that has a much quicker combination, so I'll start to be able to do more damage to her quicker now I've got the half staff. She didn't like that shit. Alright, so that's me killed her first form, and now she goes into a completely different fighting style for the second fight. I know all this character's attack patterns. like I find her first form harder because of the unpredictability of the high and lows. This character does annoying quite quick shit that if you're not used to will kill you in like 2 seconds, but as soon as you memorise the shit she does, she really can't really do nothing to you as long as you don't make stupid mistakes. You just gotta be patient though, because again it's so hard to actually land a fluent combination on these bosses. Generally you'll get your first 1 or 2 hits in and they'll have already manoeuvred out, so they're not getting the full combination. Gotta love those sweeps though.
This is where I kill you.
I say this with every boss battle, but I just want to stress how many times this woman murdered me within seconds when I first tried to fight her.
You'll die now.
And to this day, I find her first form can kill me, I don't know, like 50% of the time. I'm literally not claiming to be some great gamer out here. I think it's an achievement to get through these levels without having died yet. But that being said, yeah, like I'd say 50% of the time this woman's first form still kills me because I'm not patient enough. I end up making a stupid mistake and she will punish you for it every single time. I love how the music's amping up as her health bar is going down as well. Do you notice that? The drums are getting more rapid and stuff. The music in this game is done so well. It's over. And yeah, this has been episode 3 of my playthrough of the video game Sifu. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Feel free to share it about, and until next week, I have been BA. Peace.